Baruga Lagoon. Beautiful, isn't it? I was raised a short drive from here in Cobram, just like my gran and my mum. My dad, he was a fisher child of the 60s. A camper, he said. Went along with his parents to hundreds of remote fishing villages. He could recite hundreds of names, and he did. From Mission Beach in Nurt to Edward River in Danny to a one-street fishing village in Queensland. The Sydney-siders, they called it Port Douglas. My dad, he called it Kirk Douglas. One of his favourite actors. A close second to Brian Brown, of course. And then, of course, there's Baruga Lagoon, where my parents met, fell in love, and the rest, as they say, is history. His story. My dad's story ended prematurely. During the last set of the Peaches and Cream Festival in 2003. Good playlist, I remember that. And the outfit that I wore to Dad's funeral a week later. It was a blue fluffy jacket and a ruched top and skirt. Think Britney Spears, but you know, without the flared jeans. Pitiful. It was also the day of the Canberra bushfires. That's 3 tragedies on January 18. The capital's worst ever bushfires and my fashion faux pas and Dad's funeral. A profound loss. So, after the graveside service, a very solemn affair Dad would not have approved, Mum sped home. She took off a black dress and made me take off my outfit. Fair enough. And she grabbed some lures and rods and some other fishing gear and announced that we were going fishing. It was a good impulse. My dad loved fishing. He was always after the iconic Murray cod, the ultimate freshwater challenge, fisherman's greatest prize, he used to say. And oh, such a beautiful fish with its elongated body and its large mouth and small teeth. Sort of like my dad. Feisty and clever like him too. As for me, well, I never liked the brutality of the successful catch, whether it was trout, common carp, or the iconic Murray cod. Me, in retrospect, I'd call myself the passive participant. I loved watching the fish zig-zagging to dodge trouble and going faster, just a little faster to avoid the hook. And unconsciously, I think I applied that to my own life. Dropped out of uni after my first year. Zig. Married the first guy who liked my penmanship and healthy hair. Zag. Miscarried twice before my husband left me for a Melburnian with an SG and a healthy uterus. Zag. And then, like lightning in pinking shears, I zigzagged my way through life through the next 10 years, changing relationships, homes, jobs, faster than the deaths of the fish in the Lower Darling a few years back. Faster than the massive heart attack that took Dad. And so you can imagine my surprise when, am I blushing? I don't know. I feel like I'm blushing. When I met Brian last autumn. Oh, not Brian Brown. No, Brian. I met him on a visit to the MCA in Sydney. It's a famous gallery in Sydney. And yeah, I actually wasn't there to see an art collection or a particular artist. No, I must admit, I was there for this roast cauliflower, kale, eggplant salad they have at the rooftop cafe. Honestly, with the turmeric and ginger dressing, it is to die for. No joke. Although the stunning view of the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge is pretty spectacular and takes your breath away, so does Brian. He'd asked permission to join me at the last available table, and it was a large crowd that month, a beautiful November day, and while I speared my cauliflower heads and Brian ate his beer battered fish and chips, we talked and laughed and talked some more about everything. Like, what did we think? Was it Snapper or Whiting? Did Hugh Jackman have a boy crush on George Clooney? Who's richer, the mining magnate Gina or the Rupert Murdoch? I mean, by the time we'd finished our lemon raspberry slice, I had fallen for him, hook, line, and sinker. I'm proud of saying. And while Brian has 32 substantial looking teeth, he reminds me so much of my dad. He's non-judgmental, he enjoys my dumb jokes, and he tolerates my Kit Kat addiction. Thank you, Cadbury. And unlike my dad, Brian's also a wonderful artist. He works at the MCA. Brian's students adore him. And my mum, oh, she worships him. She keeps asking, when's he going to make an honest woman of you? I mean, who asks that these days, really? Mary, do you have anything to add to this conversation? Murray is my anniversary present. 1 year ago today, my desire for the best salad in Sydney changed my life. Brian made the body from a cocoon-shaped gourd, a coil sample, and I think an old ski sock to make him the mouth work. Let's show him, Murray. Where's Brian? I don't know, Murray. I think he's late. He said he'd be here by dusk. Oh, I think he's late. Yeah, he's always late, but I don't mind. He's Aruga Lagoon. It's such a beautiful place. I could sit here for hours. The passive participant. Oh, you took the words out of my mouth, Murray. Will you marry me? I want to zigzag with you for the rest of our lives. Yes, Brian. Yes.